Galactic Federation Update, July 16, 2013. 13 Manik, 15 Kumku, 9 Eb. Selamajaran. We arrive with more to tell you. Your world has begun to manifest its new reality. Those who for so long have been putting together the myriad pieces of the new governance and the new monetary system are at last beginning to unveil their illustrious progeny. These new conventions, which reflect a new ethos, will bring you peace, prosperity, and an end to the globally embraced philosophy that put wealth in the hands of a chosen few. In this new society everyone will possess prosperity, and thus the old divisive beliefs about money can be put to rest. Wealth will lose both its power and prestige, and be returned to its original use as an instrument with which to achieve a given purpose. Similarly, power can return to its true source as the sovereignty conferred by heaven on every individual. Under these new principles humanity can flourish, and graduate into its sacred responsibilities as it journeys toward full consciousness. This is the promise made to you long ago by heaven, and we fully intend to assist each of you to achieve your destiny. The coming changes are mere prerequisites of the environment which is presently being put together by heaven. Each of you has experienced being forced to compromise your dreams and settle for far less than you wished, and this could aptly describe life on Earth everywhere. Only a very few, who are members of a special Illuminati family, can hope to realize their dreams or possess the means and opportunities to manifest great wealth. It is this interwoven control group called the Illuminati which has been so difficult to remove. Our mission is to assist heaven's organizations to defeat those who until now knew no challengers to their supremacy. By virtue of our technology and dedication, we have prevented these dark ones from launching wave upon wave of pre-planned global turmoil of various kinds. With these goals reduced to rubble, each of them now realizes what is forming around them. Thousands of them have been arrested. The core of their underground bases rendered inoperable. Their esoteric technologies neutralized, and their threats of destruction stopped from happening. Their time has truly come and gone, and a new epoch is sweeping across your globe. Your new governance has a foundation, it is called Nasara. It is a template as well as a guiding principle for your new societies. Since the end of World War II, a pestilence has stalked government in the form of corruption and an overbearing sense of entitlement to power. This pandemic was greatly boosted with the advent of organized crime and its multitudes of immoral partners. Governments which possessed some degree of integrity became warped and won over by the vast sums of money provided for them. Organized crime associated itself with large corporations, forming a corruption network that extended into every small community and which ensured that government became the handmaiden of special interests and endless illicit activities. This travesty of governance began in the 1950s to spread around the world and is today overtly disdainful of the public it is supposed to serve. Any well-meaning politicians are quickly subsumed into the all-pervasive culture of hypocrisy and self-interest, with little possibility of having any beneficial effect on what has become a global juggernaut of power. Heaven saw clearly that your world was being prepared for a global coup that was to establish a worldwide dictatorship and permanently put in power those criminals and special interests networks which make up the Dark Illuminati. In the mid to late 1990s, this diverse group was all set to carry out its coup when disaster struck. Suddenly, the dark off-world empires that were backing the Illuminati did an unexpected about-face, abandoning their on-planet minions and making a deal with the Galactic Federation. The minions were at a loss and fell into disarray, and their grand coup was put off for at least another decade. The abandoned Earth minions formed into several groups and proceeded to fight each other for the privilege of world domination. This resulted in several major wars to establish global hegemony, and finally, a stalemate with us around 10 years ago. This has been the Dark's stance for the last decade. Now this global standoff has worn away. Our allies and we are in the forefront, and this is why your victory is at hand. Blessings, dear ones. We are your ascended masters. Your world is shifting to the light, and it is clear to see that the Dark's reality is everywhere on the verge of collapse. As the light now streaming down from heaven increases, the power of the dark wanes and we are watching this harsh and bitter realm disappear. Those appointed by the light to change your world are busy bringing your new reality into being. Agreements and new conventions are approved and the courts are beginning to issue indictments against those who persist in serving the dark. We pray for these men and women. We forgive their transgressions and ask for sacred and true justice to be served on them. As these things manifest, be in joy as well as gratitude. The sacredness of divine grace has come forth indeed. As these dark ones fade, something new and glorious prepares to replace them, spreading an air of hopeful expectancy over the first signs of humanity's new dawn. The new hard currency financial system is backed by assets long held in safekeeping by the light. This stash of gold, silver, and sacred jewels is to be used to bring an unending abundance to all on your planet. However, consciousness reaches a point where wealth is not measured in gold but in wisdom and knowledge, and these are matters which we will talk about together. At certain times in your history, one or another of us has come forth and given out a great cache of sacred wisdom, which was then recast and twisted by the dark for its own ends. Our upcoming mission is to impart these divine truths anew and explain how they were adulterated by the dark. In this new light, the wisdom of heaven will shine again brightly, and these life codes will serve you as a guide, bringing fairness and joy back into your lives. Yet these lessons are only the beginning of what we are to accomplish together. On your world, many are using their good offices daily to carry out the great shift we are telling you about. These groups and sacred families are doing this as part of their mission to help us bring this new epoch for humanity into being. Right now, there is a flurry of activity preparatory to delivering a great wealth to you all. This wealth is to be used to produce new and suppressed technologies, resulting in a great unveiling which will reveal all the wondrous advances that humanity has made over the years but which have been stolen or sequestered. Releasing these discoveries is only a byproduct of what your prosperity will bring. We as a people possess abilities that the dark lords of this realm greatly feared and did everything to suppress. This suppression will now end, and truth, great learning, freedom, and sovereignty will be your prosperity's primary yield. Above all, this time will bring us family, and joy of a kind that we have not known before. Today, we reviewed what is happening around your globe. These events will lead to others, which will ultimately provide you with first contact and your path to full consciousness. You have never been alone. We all live in a universe filled with family and a great joy called life, the sacred gift of creation. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it. Selamat Gajan. Selamat Ya, Syrian for be one. And be in joy. Channeled by Sheldan Nidle. www.paoweb.com